Hello Stowe community, this will be the last part of my Back to Basics tutorial series. I hope that I've covered most of the basics and that you're encouraged to get in there and experiment. If there's anything that you're confused about, then you should go to starbaseugc.com. There's a long list of additional tutorials as well as a helpful chat room. In fact, your first task is to go to Starbase UGC and click Chat. Just click Connect and ask questions. Say hello, introduce yourself, etc. This chat is an amazing resource. At any moment of the day, there is an experienced Foundry author ready to answer your questions 24/7, which is much better than having you post a thread at the Stowe forums, which seeks help. These authors can help you with a big task that happens after you push the button to publish. And here, I can't stress this enough. Your work is not done when you hit the publish button. You have to get people to play your mission. This is not only necessary for just getting your mission out there, it's also necessary to get your mission to qualify for rewards. Here's how it works. When you publish your mission, it is in the review phase. It needs 5 plays to get out of the review phase, and then it needs around 20 to 30 additional plays before it will qualify for rewards. And that's if the system thinks that your mission is at least 15 minutes long. So this is a real challenge, especially given the state of the search feature, which might not even list your mission at all. And here are some of the things that you can do. Step 1. Go to Starbase UGC chat and ask for help. There are experienced authors there who know what you're going through, and they also are willing to help to play and review your mission to help it qualify for rewards. Step 2. Create a thread at the Stowe forums that advertises your mission. Now, you might be reluctant or modest, but you can't be. If you want to get your mission played, then you have to promote it. Don't be shy. Other steps include create a thread at the Stowe forums, create a banner ad to put in your SIG at the Stowe forums, spam it all over the place. For every 50 times you post and essentially spam your banner, you might get one curious player to try your mission. Also, get a banner advertised on Starbase UGC. If you go to Become a Contributor, there are instructions to get your mission ad added to the rotating list of ads that appear at the top and bottom of every page and post. Also, go through the steps of becoming a writer for Starbase UGC. Then you can write a blog post about your mission, which will gain you further plays. Again, if you have any questions about making a banner or writing for Starbase UGC, ask the chat room. They can walk you through it. Additionally, you can go a step further and create a trailer for your mission. Here's a cool example.
My father is accused of aiding and abetting the Romulan attack on the Kittimar outpost. The Starfleet officer that rescued me was told by the Klingon High Command that I had no living relatives.
What Federation starship was the closest to the Kittimar at the time of the attack?
The USS Intrepid was the first ship on the scene, sir.
If that hypothesis is correct, the phenomenon we have just encountered would be a temporal rift in space.
A rift?
Possibly the formation of a Kerr loop from superstring material. It would require high-energy interaction in the vicinity for such a structure to be formed. The rift is certainly not stable, Captain. It could collapse at any time.
You don't belong in our time any more than we belong in yours.
What's your fate?
Me?
That the universe will unfold as it should.
I wish we had more time.
More time. I think we have all the time we can handle. As it is.
This trailer was made using the demo record tool, which is not very hard to learn. If you already dabble in video editing, then the whole task is rather easy and fun. Captain P.F. Dennis also posted a nice tutorial on this tool, which is listed in the tutorials page. If you're so inclined, you can even make a page at StowWiki. This is probably the most difficult and time-consuming task, at least for me, but it might generate a few plays. Oh, and I should also add that a great way to generate interest in your mission is to get a review by one of the various UGC-focused podcasts like the Foundry Roundtable, Primetime UGC, Foundry Files, or Podcast UGC. If you become active as a listener, leaving feedback on their shows and making them feel like they have a receptive audience, then they're more likely to think of you and your missions as something worthy of exploring and talking about. I know it might sound like favoritism, but that's just kind of how the world works. Post comments to their podcasts and send them emails, and having them review your mission can generate many plays. Also, the person who picks the Cryptic Endure Spotlight listens to these shows and their reviews. A good podcast review could become a spotlight. Overall, please keep trying, keep begging, keep spamming. If you want people to play your mission, then you have to promote it. You just can't rely on the Cryptic UI unless you've made an exploit that drops loot for shooting fish in a barrel. If you've made a story mission that you put your heart and soul into, then you have to put your heart and soul into promoting it. Everything, I repeat, everything is working against you, from the general nature of in-game content to the fact that it's an MMO. You will be asking people to enjoy a Star Trek story in a game that demands that the player fill buckets by pew pew, rinse and repeat. There are also lots of other sources of dilithium, and given the state of the Foundry, the frequency of bugs, etc., there are tons of players who just don't trust Foundry missions, or it's impossible for them to even know what is out there. Overall, you have to realize that you're writing missions for a small portion of the player base who just wants to feel like they're experiencing a Star Trek story instead of pressing F 300 times to get something that has no noticeable effect on gameplay other than convincing the player that he or she has the best shiny. So that's your mission, to remind players of STO about Star Trek, its lore, and its character-driven stories, to make them feel rewarded for simply feeling immersed in that lore, and to make them play the game in a way that no grinder has played before, to seek out new worlds, new civilizations, without obsessing over the stats of a culture's Mark 12 communications array, and to make them feel like they are playing Star Trek online. So go forth, Foundry authors, boldly go. Okay, thanks for watching all the parts of my tutorial. If you feel like you've learned something, please consider donating $1 or $2 to support Starbase UGC and what we do. If you scroll down here, you'll find a PayPal donation button on the right side of the page. Okay, thanks for watching and good luck.